What's going on, everybody? It's Colby Massey here again with another song and another lesson for you. And here in Georgia, it's a nasty day. It's all wet and rainy outside, so I figured I would try to find a good song that you could just stay inside, play guitar, and just groove to all day and practice. And the song that I chose to try to teach you is "Please Be With Me" by Duane Allman. And it was written by a man named Scott Boyer, I think was his name, but it was recorded by Duane Allman. And this is a song I remember from my childhood. You know, I heard the song all the time because my dad would play it on his cassette player or record player and stuff like that. And I always loved this song. And then I didn't know much about Duane Allman until I got older. And now, Duane Allman's probably my favorite guitar player of all time, if you know, at least one of them. And it's a shame he died at such a young age because he was amazing. So I'm going to teach you how to play this song, so hopefully y'all can, appreciate it as much as I do. Okay? And the chords you're going to need to know are D, G, A, B minor, and E7. Okay? And an E7 chord is basically an E major chord, just without the third finger. So you're just basically playing an E major chord without putting anything on that fourth string, okay? So take that third finger off. And that's your E7, all right? And the strum pattern and the rhythm you're going to use is kind of a lot of people call it the cowboy way, where it's just like you hit your bass note. Okay, you just hit the bass note of the chord you're playing. And then you play the chord, alright? So for the D, it's going to be your open fourth string, and then hit your D, and then you're going to alternate from D to G, okay? And which the bass note for G is your sixth string, third fret, so. Okay? And you're just alternating from D to G. And the intro of the song, you're going to do that 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you start singing. D, D, G, D, G, G, D, 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 G, 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 D, 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 A. Okay, so when you do the intro, you go alternate from D to G 4 times, and then your verse stays the same, and it's, oh my word, what does it mean? Is it love or is it me? You're going to do that twice, and then it makes me change to an A so suddenly, from looking out to a B minor, to feeling free to the G. Alright, so your verses are going to go like this. D, D, G, 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 D, 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 G, 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 D, 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 A, to B minor, to the G. Then you start over. Play that twice, and then you start singing again. D, D, G, 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 D, 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 G, 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 D, 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 A, to B minor, to the G. Okay? So after the second verse is when your chorus kicks in. So you're going intro, verse, and then you're doing like a little D to G. You know, you're kind of doing the intro again, but just in between the verses. But you're only doing it twice in between verses instead of 4 times like the intro. And then, so intro, verse, little 2-time, D to G. And then you're doing another verse. And after your second verse, that's when your chorus kicks in. And when you land on that G, you hang on to it for a second. And then it goes G to the D, to E7, G to the D, to E7. E7. Do that twice. G to the D, then B minor. Okay, then G. Then your verses start over. D, D, D. Then it goes, well, actually, this is where after that, you just alternate from D to G. And you're going to do that 4 times. Then you start over with your verses. D, 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 G, 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 D. D, D, G, 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 D. Okay, so in between, when you're doing that second little 4 measure D to G alternate, that's usually on the recording where there's a solo, and that's on the recording, that's where Duane Allman is kind of playing his slide guitar solo. And but if you don't have somebody with you that plays slide guitar, you can just do the D to G alternate like that for 4 measures again, and then start singing your verses again. But that's how the song goes. That's how it's going to go through the whole time. D to G, D to G, D to A to B minor to G. Those are your verses, and you're going to do that twice. And in between verses, you go D to G for 2 measures, and then you go to your second verse. You know, D G D A B minor to G, and on that second verse, you hold on to that G and go into your chorus, which is G to the D to E7, G to the D to E7. So you're going to do that twice. And then you're going to go G to the D to B minor, and you're going to hold that B minor for a little bit. Okay? And then you're going to go to G, then start over, D to G, alternating, okay? So that's how you play the song. And you know, like I said, it's a very simple song. It's probably the perfect song to just grab a guitar and play with today, because like I said, at least here in Georgia, it's wet and nasty outside, so I'm probably going to continue to play this song the rest of the day and just mess around with it. And I might even pick up my slide and try to learn Duane Allman's parts. But y'all watch this video as many times as you need, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope this helps you, and I hope you appreciate the song as much as I do, because I do love this song. And watch this video, and while you're at it, go watch some of my other videos, because I have videos I made in the past that you might be interested in watching and learning some of those songs. And then also subscribe, because I'll continue to make videos in the future that you don't want to miss. So like, subscribe, share my videos, leave comments if you have any critiques or requests, any kind of feedback. Let me hear it. I want to know, and that's how I get better. So if you would, you know, do that for me, and I would appreciate that a lot. Y'all take it easy, and I'll see y'all on the way.